Hey everyone, I just wanted to let you guys know before this video starts. As you can already tell, I am not using the same mic that I usually do. The reason because of that is because I'm on vacation and I'm away from all my higher quality stuff. So uh, I just hope you're okay with the fact that I'm using a worse mic. It's all I had to work with, and I've been wanting to make this video for a while, and I didn't want my passion or my motivation for it to die over the vacation, so I just thought I'd make it with what I had. I'd also like to thank Nick for supplying me with footage, as I forgot my capture card, so I couldn't record my own, so that means a lot. Nick also streams on Twitch and makes YouTube videos, and links to his stuff will be down below. He's a really good friend of mine, and it would mean the world to me if you would go and support him. So yeah, enjoy the video, everyone. The Nintendo Switch is revolutionary when it comes to game consoles. A mobile game console that can play AAA quality games with an open market that's friendly to third-party games is something we dreamed of back in the day, and Nintendo has made that possible. With a bountiful library of exclusives and many promising titles and ports to come, the Switch's legacy will not die anytime soon. With that being said, the console's far from perfect. While Nintendo has a pretty firm grasp on its own hardware, and the games they release exclusively look pretty good on the Switch, other games look severely downgraded in terms of graphics and have constant frame rate drops. Also, Nintendo still hasn't grasped the basics of online gaming. Without an external wired adapter, which is a separate purchase, playing online both docked and undocked is a nightmare. The Switch has a very crappy Wi-Fi card inside its internal hardware, and the gaming online is just laggy, unresponsive, or just won't work. The purpose of this video is to talk about what I would do to improve or change the Switch, and what new things they could do with the hardware to make the product even more worth the purchase, and I hope my ideas start some interesting conversations down in the comments, so just sit back and enjoy. The Switch already looks pretty sleek and has a convenient size, but I wouldn't be opposed to buying a slightly larger Switch with a bigger screen with better resolution. As the product stands right now, undocked the Switch displays in 720p. With a bigger screen should come better quality with 1080p. This also simultaneously fixes my other problem, which is the size of the Joy-Cons. I love the Joy-Cons and I love how they function, but I have very large hands, and playing Mario Party with my friends with a tiny single Joy-Con is awkward and uncomfortable, so along with the bigger screen, there would also be bigger detachable Joy-Cons for me and my friends to use. Now, I am aware of the Nintendo Switch's sister console, which is the Switch Lite, which is just a smaller, more portable version of the Switch that is unable to be docked to the TV. But this hasn't stopped Nintendo from improving their hardware with an already released console. They've done it before, which leads into my next idea for the console itself. Before the Switch, the 3DS was the handheld console to buy, and 2/3 of the way through its life, Nintendo released the new 3DS with better internal hardware that allowed for better downloading speeds, faster processing when loading up games, and new external features. They added 2 new shoulder buttons and the nub that made controlling the camera a whole lot easier when it came to certain titles. The Switch deserves this new treatment, and they could do so much with this. The first thing they could do would be to add 1080p resolution for undocked play, a better Wi-Fi card for playing online, adding an Ethernet port to the dock so they wouldn't have to buy an external adapter. Also, they could add better hardware for graphics and frame rate performance, so when porting over other games, they would look better. Redo the UI to make it more customizable for the home screen with backgrounds that could be themed to certain games. And of course, with external improvements, they could do new Joy-Cons that are more customizable, so you could like swap out the buttons and the joysticks and decorate them, make them look all fancy and more unique to you as a player. And you can release new detachable Joy-Cons that have the Switch Lite D-pad. Now, I prefer to have the Switch Lite D-pad, it's more comfortable to me, but some people like the directional buttons, so at least having that option would be nice. And of course they could add an external camera that could be used for video chat or taking pictures, and the pictures that these people take can be used as backgrounds. Just imagine opening up your Switch and you can see a picture of your dog, your girlfriend, there's so many possibilities that could be with customization for the Switch, and more customization is better for the players. It makes it feel like it's their console, not anyone else's, and that's a very important feeling to me as a gamer. It's sad to say, but with the Switch being out, the lifespan of the 3DS has come to an end. Although these handhelds are still being manufactured along with their games, how much longer will they still be around before Nintendo decides that these things aren't worth making anymore? Some of the best versions of past Nintendo games are exclusive to the 3DS, like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask 3D, along with so many Pokemon games and New Super Mario Bros. 1 and 2, and 3D Land was also pretty fun. To help bring these games back into the spotlight, and to help people that own a 3DS pull these games back out, I think that Nintendo should release an adapter for the Switch that would make these 3DS and DS games playable on the Switch, or the Switch should be remade to add this feature for the theoretical new treatment we already talked about before. Being able to play these classic games alongside the new games all on one console would make the Switch more valuable to owners and would make the purchase more tempting. They were already mobile games, but they deserve to be played on the brand new hardware. Now, I know every Nintendo fanboy and their mother has already talked about this, but come on, Nintendo has a gold mine that they're just sitting on and choosing not to go through with it. Thank God the SNES and NES archives are a thing for Nintendo Online players, but there are so many more games that players would love to revisit on the best Nintendo console to date. And N64 archives and Game Boy archives would be an amazing addition to Nintendo Online. With so many classics under Nintendo's belt, they could easily improve the value of getting Nintendo Online, despite its many flaws. Newer generation gamers could also experience such classics like Smash and Mario 64, or even GoldenEye with better resolution and frame rate. And even Game Boy games like Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, and Super Mario Land 1 and 2. And if Nintendo chooses not to port these titles, at least bring them to the eShop. Also, I believe it's time for a new packaged game. Back in the day, on the GameCube, there was a Zelda collection that included 4 Zelda games, all on one disc. Those were Zelda 1, 2, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask. Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD are the best versions of these games, and Skyward Sword hasn't been given the HD treatment yet. Imagine a game that included all 3 of these Zelda titles, all playable on the Switch. That would make me as a Zelda fan go insane, and they could even call it something cool like Link's Triforce Trilogy or something to do with the Triforce. Now I know that Nintendo wants to look more to the future and create newer games with these IPs, and I respect that, but to Wii U owners and to people who have never experienced these games before, I think it would be an amazing time to just put all these on the Switch so everyone can enjoy them once again or for the first time, and to see where these new games came from and how they've evolved over the years. Just think about it. And with that, that's all I can really think about how I would change the Switch, and I hope you enjoyed my ideas and opinions. So let me know what you think down in the comments below of what you would do to change the console, or if you agree or disagree with anything that I've stated. Other than that, I hope all of you have a very happy holiday season, and I can't wait to start streaming again and talk to you all once again. Thank you so much for watching and to listening what I have to say, and good night everyone. Wow, that was lame.